Getting off a multi-pitch route in a hurry demands efficiency. Today we're talking about transitions for multiple rappels. Hello everyone, I'm Jason. Sometimes weather forces us down early, or sometimes the climb itself doesn't have an option to walk off. There could be many reasons why we need to perform multiple rappels, but we almost always will benefit from being as quick as possible. Here's how I was taught to make those transitions from rappel to rappel in a way that keeps us smooth, fast, and safe. As the first person rappelling comes down, always with an auto block so that we can go hands-free, we either build or arrive at our next anchor point and clip ourselves in. We now undo the stopper knot on the end of our pull strand and run it through the rappel point. We then clove hitch the pull strand end into the anchor and reapply its stopper knot. We now take the end of the other strand and also clove hitch it to the anchor, this time taking the stopper out. We will need to have an unknotted end when we pull this rope up and back through the old anchor above us. This procedure both maintains control of the rope and creates a closed system that steers those above us toward the anchor should the rappel not be in a vertical line. With ourselves and the rope secure, we can now clean ourselves out of the rappel system. Once my other climbers arrive at the anchor and clip in, we take the non-pull end off the clove hitch and start pulling on the pull strand while down stacking below us. Once the knot hits my new rappel anchor, I can switch the line I am pulling if the free end hasn't yet come down. Once I've added the stopper back to that end, my rope is nearly set for the next rappel. Now we like to put people back into the rappel system, with those going last rigging closest to the anchor. If we have extended rappel devices, there is usually enough flexibility in the system to do this, and it allows us all to check each other before heading down. You can watch a whole video on some of the benefits of an extended rappel device. Once rappels are rigged, we can take the remaining clipped rope end out of the clove hitch, too. If necessary, I can take my ends and make coils to toss, but in vertical terrain, I can often just feed it out. We have a video about 3 different ways we can get the ropes down depending on how windy or how many terrain traps we might have below us. One thing that is different, though, is now our other rope is the pull strand. The pull strand will alternate at each new anchor. Of course, that's with 2 ropes. If we are doing this with a single rope and making half-length rappels, all the mechanics are the same, but we won't have a knot, so we can just set the middle mark at the new rappel point and can use either end as the pull strand. And here we also run into one of the disadvantages of taglines, which is something we discussed in a recent video. With a tagline, if we have a closed anchor, there's no point in running the pull line, that is the tagline, through the new rappel point. We can clove it directly along with the rappel line, and we will need to disconnect the rope and tagline and retie the knot after running the rappel line through the anchor. We would do that by making sure we clove hitch the ropes near the knot after pulling it down so that we don't lose our working end by mistake. Then we rejoin the ropes with a flat overhand bend. We have a short on how to tie that knot. Alternatively, we can make sure we are rappelling through a point we can open, like a carabiner, which demands a carabiner block of some kind, or a quick link, which is small enough to block with just the knot. If we are using either of those systems, we can just make sure the rappel rope and not the tagline is clipped through before putting our devices back into the system. So that is how I was taught to perform multiple rappels, along with a few contingencies for different setups. Have you bailed from a route that demanded a lot of rappels? Was it stressful or smooth? Tell us a story about it in the comments. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and share if you want to support us. For more information, you can go to our website at www.shortguysbetaworks.com. You can take a look at that video I mentioned about some of the pros and cons of taglines, or maybe take a look at our entire rock climbing series for other tips and techniques. We'll see you next week and keep on getting more out of that big outside.